Hello and welcome back to yet another exciting episode of So Good We Named It, the first Golden Girls and Golden Palace podcast, and I do believe the very first Golden Girls or Golden Palace podcast with black hosts. I'm Barrett.
And I'm Kay.
I should just record that because I say it brand new every time. I should just have it ready to go. So today we are going to get into the Golden Palace episode. I should know the episode numbers and the name. I think it's Miles We Hardly Knew Ye. Let's see if that's correct. Let's go to our trusty, dusty Hulu and take a look. See here. Well, I'm always tired when we do this. I'm up here on Hulu searching the word Hulu within the Hulu app. Lord have mercy. Ooh.
Are you exhausted?
I am. I feel like we started recording this when I started doing training at work, and with these long ass hours for me training these people, I just can't get it together. Let's see. It is called, yeah, I was right. Miles We Hardly Knew He. Only the third episode. We've been doing this like a month. Over a month, I think. We're not making much progress. We'll be doing this for 5 years because there's 180 episodes of the Golden Girls, which we haven't even reviewed any of those, and then like 22 of this. So we got plenty of time. And I keep changing. I don't know if anybody's looking like that, but first it was, new episodes Mondays and Thursdays or whatever it was. And then I changed it again. Then it was like, 2 new episodes a week. Now it's just like new episodes weekly.
When y'all see us, y'all see us.
You catch me when you catch me. We got a lot going on. She got 3 kids. I got 3 cats. It's hard. So that being said, I do appreciate all of the comments and commentary. We get so much traction on that Twitter and Instagram. I get more interaction on there than I got on my regular ones. So thank you. Shout out to all of our golden pals out there. We do appreciate it. We do want to start getting some more co-hosts on here and things of that nature.
Yes, co-hosts.
And I'm still, what's funny is I'm wearing my Golden Girls knit hat, which I've been wearing like daily because my hair isn't done. And I had it on at the dispensary. And the guy was like, I like your hat. And I was like, thanks. I'm actually going to be a panelist at Golden Con. And he's like, I have a friend that goes every year. And I was like, this is the first one.
The first.
But
Right.
and he was like, do you know Zach? And I was like, yeah, that's the guy that's over it. And he apparently knew him. Small fucking
Maybe
world.
he is official. Since he knows Zach.
And then Manny, my husband, one of his managers at his second job apparently knows Zach as well from the gym. Because I think she also has a second job and works at the gym and knows him. So I'm like, wow. I was texting him and I was like, see, this is just proof that me and Golden Con were meant to be together, unlike Blanche's thighs. Because it's really a small world.
It is.
But let's get into this. I'm going to take my hat off. I'm a little hot. We got a lot going on. Kay's doing her baby hairs. If you're black, you know what that is.
You know what baby hairs are. They're laid now. So we're done. I'm trying to find my scarf, but I can't find it. So
since my hair isn't done, I'm going to put this on. I got this in the mail today.
Ain't nobody see your hair. This is a podcast.
You never know. I got this in the mail.
If you don't take...
I got this today from Amazon because I was a little under the influence last night and I started ordering shit. This was only like $6. This isn't bad.
Who is it?
I think this is going to be Wanda's new hair. I think we're going to do a time jump like all good shows do when the ratings slip. And we're going to go up like a couple years, and this will be Wanda's new hairdo. I got you a wig, too.
Let me see.
It's in the closet.
Okay,
I'll send it to you.
You're
But,
gonna have to post that on the Twitter page.
but this is cute, isn't it? I'm giving you a little T-Buys. I ain't what no
Cute.
screen.
I like it.
A little, let me speak to the manager.
Okay, I like it.
But this episode is the episode that makes everybody hate Miles because it basically ruins him and Rose's relationship. And I was reading, apparently he was doing another show, so they needed to write him off. Like, damn, this is what you had to do. Couldn't he move?
But he wasn't even cheating though.
He was cheating. Did you watch the whole episode?
I watched the whole episode in its entirety because when
yeah.
Come on, what's Don Cheadle character name? Don't do
Roland.
This. Roland. When Roland came out and he was like, "That's not the Miles Weber I've been talking about, or I was talking about."
Yes, but At the end of the episode, Miles admits that he actually has been cheating, that he
But
met
that's still
somebody.
not. But that's not the Miles Weber. He
Right? He
wasn't cheating at the
No, he
hotel.
was not. He was not cheating at the hotel, but he was still cheating.
He too old for that.
Here you go again with the old people can't have sex. If
I'm just
you
saying.
if you would, I feel like old people are just older versions of who they were when they were younger. If you were a cheater in your 30s, you might just still be a cheater in your 60s and 70s.
Yeah, but damn, like how old? When is enough enough?
Never enough. I feel like you're gonna be doing it more. Like, damn, I'm running out of time. Let me get all this
Oh
stuff
my
I can
god.
get. So, um, the episode starts out, basically with them reading the little ledger because I guess maybe that was still a thing in the 90s. No, there was computers in 1993. Why were there no computers?
Barely.
If you look at Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, I mean that was
Do you know how much money
uh,
they had?
well, I mean that was a different hotel. Guests of Ding Dang Dong stay at the Palace Hotel in Central Park or some shit like that. So
But
maybe
they had
because
money.
it was, yeah, money,
It
maybe
was
that's why.
upscale.
But I feel like that
Yeah.
was basic. They had a computer in the office. They couldn't have a
But
little
it's
IBM.
probably I don't even know if they had Excel back then.
And then she's going through the book like, oh, there's been a Miles Weber here, Miles Weber there. That book has been there all that time. It's a thin book. I know business is bad, but damn, she
It's a
was able to
ledger.
scroll
It's probably
back.
got thin lines, so you can write a lot of information.
Who even is like, oh, I'm signing into this hotel. Give me my keys and let me get on. I'm
You
not doing all of
gotta
that.
put a ledger of who's where for your books, for your
No, that
bookkeeping.
ain't their business.
Not
But
right.
then they were like, oh, Miles Weber. And then Rose confronted him, blah, blah, blah. And then he confessed at the end. So I just want to say a couple of things. I do feel like the girls look younger on Golden Palace than they did on the Golden Girls.
I would have to agree with that as well.
I know I've read, that's a lie. I heard on Enough Wicker where they read in Jim
Hmm.
Colucci's book that they were doing a lot of weird stuff with like makeup and lighting. You can see that like Blanche's makeup and Rose's makeup was really dark and horrible. And not even just it's the 80s type of thing because towards the later parts of the season, it didn't look like that. But if you look at like when Blanche went out with Dirk and like
Hmm.
Rose's makeup during the when Sophia had her heart attack scare, it was really
Hmm.
horrible and it really aged them a lot, I think. And I just feel like Blanche and Rose and even Sophia, even though that was a lot of aging makeup, they just look so much more refreshed. Like, look
They
at this
do.
picture that I'm going to take off the wall in my Golden Girls
And like
shrine.
even their clothes look better. Like
They
Rose
do.
wears waist cinchers now. Yeah.
Like, look
Yeah,
at Blanche. She was
absolutely.
feeling the fantasy.
Okay.
Like,
Blanche look kind of fine on that picture.
she
You
did.
gotta post that on Twitter too.
I should. I like that. That's cute. I like that background. It's a very magic photo. But I do, on a side note, I meant to mention this. Since it's Black History Month, I did post on Instagram and Twitter all of the black characters that have had speaking roles on the Golden Girls, which is not a lot.
Mm-mm.
And some people did point out some that I missed, but I'm just gonna run through them real quick because I will say that it's already something that people like act funny about if you're a certain age and you like the Golden Girls, but being black, it's an added thing. Like my mother's favorite thing to say, "Why are you watching a show about a bunch of old white ladies?"
'Cause it's
So
hilarious.
it
I
just
love it.
shows that it transcends race. I just wish they did a better job of handling
Being
race.
more inclusive.
But
Yeah.
we have the prostitute that was in jail that was gonna beat up Blanche.
We had to mention the prostitute, huh?
Yeah, that's all we get. And then we have the bouncer, not a bouncer. He was Michael Jackson's bodyguard when they were trying to get that leather jacket. But he also was at the talent show playing the little ukulele for the Bob Hope episode. Then we
Mm-hmm.
have Alvin, no Rose, Alvin from the Chipmunks, on here,
I
uh,
like that one.
and his
Sophia.
daughter,
That's right.
who she actually played a regular person. It wasn't
Oh,
centered Alvin's daughter. It wasn't centered
yeah.
around. She's black. Let's point out that she's black. She was just a person that happened to be black. And then we have
Hmm.
the sisters and well, Lorraine's mom, and Lorraine's mom's sisters. And I just want to say they had no purpose. Why were they there? They didn't really add anything. The first time I saw that episode, because the mom was a little Dorothy like, and she was saying
Yeah.
how she has one at home, referring to Sophia, I thought
Mm-hmm.
that the aunts would be like, black versions of Blanche and Rose. That would have been a funny contrast, but dust.
Yeah,
And
that'd
then
been
we
cute.
have the Be a Pal program, had that black girl on there. And I think that's the only black like minor that we
Marguerite.
ever see. Who? No, not Marguerite. Well, yeah, her in addition to her.
Yeah.
I don't remember that girl's name. And then Meshach Taylor from Designing Women was a cop in the pilot. And then we have the tax auditor guy, the Paisan, brother of the scalp. We have
Mm.
Mammy. And then we have the guy at the diner who they make it seem like he owns the diner, but clearly not because he's like, oh, I have to stay open on Christmas. But then they watch the diner for him. So I hope he owns it if he's just leaving and letting
Okay.
strangers watch. And he was also in Brother Can You Spare a Jacket. He was in the homeless shelter. I don't know if the
Homeless.
diner
Yeah.
went under. He probably got fired for letting them watch it. And then we have the guy at Disney World who was singing "It's a World of Laughter." And then we have the bartender from Stan Takes a Wife. And then Marguerite. And then people were commenting. I forgot. Who did I forget? Oh, the flight attendant on the plane with Candy. She was black.
Flight attendant on a plane with Candy.
When they went, not Candy the person. She wasn't handing out candy. Remember the older lady that was, and they found the bolt in the aisle. And she was like, "Oh, it's off the beverage cart." Yes, that's
Oh,
right, the
the
beverage cart.
beverage cart. Yeah.
Another one of my amazing Golden Girls impressions. Who else did we have? Somebody named somebody. Oh, Mr. Lewis from when Sophia was the activities director.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is everybody. Which still, that's kind of sad over 7 seasons. I feel like there are more black people on Golden Palace in one season than there were in all of Golden Girls. But just shout out, a little Black History Month factoid for you. But getting back to the episode, um, Rose in that incestuous kissing booth, that was weird. She was like, "Oh, me and my
Okay.
sister, we're just kissing
We
each
was
other."
kissing each other. Like,
Which one was
yo.
it? I'm guessing it wasn't Holly since she hates her. Maybe it was the blind one. What was her name? What was her blind sister's name? What? Let
I
me
don't
look it up. God damn it.
know.
God damn it. Okay. Wasn't it Blind Ambitions? It's funny how I remember these names. I guess it's from watching it
You're
on Hulu so
obsessed.
much.
Because you're obsessed.
Yeah, that too.
I need to
Um,
wash my bonnet. Wash your
Lily.
bonnet. Public service announcement. Who?
Lily.
Lily.
Right here. She's like, I
Yeah,
don't know
Lily.
this house. You shouldn't have been cooking anyway. Even if you weren't blind, why the fuck are you cooking in somebody else's goddamn house?
Because
And
she was hungry and they ain't had Uber Eats.
and I
They
love
let Coco. Coco wasn't there to cook for her.
true. This is obnoxious. That fire got that big. Like, what the hell was she cooking?
Oh shit.
I mean, come on
Spear Hooven Krispies.
now. But that was weird. And then there was a lot of sexual harassment in this episode. Like, do they not have an HR department there? Not appropriate. I mean, Roland was fine, but still not appropriate.
He was all right.
I mean, he had a nice body.
I didn't never see because he always had on a suit.
Well, as you
So
get through the episodes, you'll see him topless at least like twice, I think.
don't nobody want to see Don Cheadle with no
He
shirt.
was cute when he was younger. Don't do that to my husband.
He not ugly or nothing, but like I wouldn't be like, ooh, Don Cheadle, no shirt. Oh my god.
And a butt you could eat breakfast off of. Um, I guess I'm not used to seeing anybody attractive on Golden Girls because they always date the most horrible looking people.
Okay, just regular
with
average.
with
looking.
few exceptions. And I thought it was odd that Miles is just now seeing the hotel. How the fuck you dating somebody? Y'all live in the same city. She
Because he
buys a
didn't see it
fucking
apparently.
hotel, but she was making it seem normal. Like, oh, he hasn't even seen it yet. That would be a fucking red flag. My man ain't seen my goddamn hotel that I live
Yeah,
in,
about
own, and
right.
operate.
Mm-hmm.
Should have gone to Roberta's.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're talking about, oh, I was up in the attic. Do hotels have attics? And if they do, you just roaming through, getting shit. Like, I don't know. They just be saying anything to move
They
the
be
plot
saying
along.
stuff.
Clearly,
Mm-hmm.
I wrote these notes on the 15th. Today's the 24th, so I'm trying to remember what am I talking about. I said Elliot revisited. I guess I'm talking about Elliot the doctor. Elliot made Elliot made
Elliot
what? What?
made.
A ship in a bottle? Oh, yeah. It's
Elliot
that same
made.
situation. I feel like Golden Palace is kind of recycling a lot of shit from the original show. But it was the same thing where Blanche was trying to tell Dorothy that Elliot was cheating and she didn't believe her. And then she was trying to tell Rose that Miles was. Did she not learn her lesson? Like, didn't work out the last fucking time.
Rose believed her though the first
She
time.
did, but then afterwards she was mad that she told her that it was wrong. But Blanche should have said something sooner.
That's a sticky situation to be placed in. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Glenn should have had absolutely known before she brought it up. Because if you tell me that my man is cheating and you have no evidence, I need receipts.
Or
Can
at
I get a
least just
receipt?
once you find out, be like, oh, my bad. But she just kind of let it ride. Ooh, oopsie,
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. But he was cheating ultimately in the end. But still,
Um, and then I noticed Sophia's picture it story was very condensed, and I feel like every like picture it story and Blanche's sex stories and Rose's St. Olive stories so
mm,
far are very quick, and it's not the real thing. Like I know y'all don't have the free time you used to have, but you can't work and talk. Or
right?
is it just okay? This is a new show, so we're just gonna reference it but not get into it.
I missed the Saint Olaf story.
I like them, and there's a lot of Golden Girls fans that hate them, and I'm like, how do you like the show when that's such a
The
huge
hatred,
fucking
yeah.
part of it, but you don't
Mm-hmm.
like them? Okay, sure. Um, I also think it's odd that they're always like, oh, I sure wish Dorothy was here. Pick up the fucking phone. You can't call her.
Yeah,
And I
right.
was saying on Twitter how they're always like oh I got a telegram or oh I got a letter and I was like couldn't they just call them and somebody was
Oh,
saying that back then that it was so expensive. I mean, don't ask me. I can't even get through to Brooklyn with MCI. But I feel like it wasn't that expensive. Maybe I'm just privileged, but we always had long distance and it wasn't that big of a deal. And
how do you know? Did you pay the phone bill?
no, but my
Probably an
parents,
arm and a leg.
my mother would always be calling her family back home when I was a
Because your mom
kid.
got
Maybe
money.
so.
She always had money. That
I just
wasn't a
feel like
thing
it
for her.
wasn't that big of a deal. Is long distance even a thing now? Isn't it all the same?
It's all the same now, but back in
Wow.
like 1994, it was a thing.
Well, I just feel like they had the money to at least make a phone call to say, "Hey, I'm coming to visit," because that's very presumptuous for
Mm,
Clayton to write a letter saying, "Hey, I'm on my way. I'll be there this date," and just show up. Like, damn,
mm-hmm.
he got money. Wasn't he a lawyer or a doctor or something? He can't make a
My
fucking
baby
phone
brother
call
Clayton.
or
My
do
baby.
you have a long distance call from or collect
Mm.
call from and just be like, Blanche, I'm coming to visit on this date before it hangs up. Like you got to do when you call in from prison.
Ah, shit.
Um, Also, I feel like Chewie is kind of the new Dorothy because he's always talking about his relationship when his wife left him, and
I don't
he's
know if I like him.
you don't like Chewie.
Not really.
I like Chewie. I feel like he had a good added a good dynamic. He was a good
Oh,
foil for Sophia, and he was a good buddy for Roland. Like usually, I don't like when they add new people in and throw off the dynamic,
mhm.
but I feel like they made it flow, and it was still like a family. It was refreshing to see the women around men that they were not related to our
Or dating.
yeah or touching them WHERE.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember them saying like Roland was like a son to them, and there were a few moments where I felt like they were trying to do something with Roland, with Chewie, like Rose was. That was a
Oh,
little
I thought
awkward.
Sophia was a little into him.
She was a little too, just a bit.
Ew.
Don't do Cheech Marin.
Not cheap, but
Uh,
like Sophia. Oh, here we go. We're not gonna bring up the old thing.
I mean, there's some people that don't mind that. I feel like if I was old, I'd probably want someone that was also old. Like when I was younger, I would be like, ugh, 30s gross. But now that I'm in my 30s,
Right.
I'm like, oh, it's
I
not
actually
gross.
prefer older men as well,
Oh,
but not like that old. Not like 50 and I'm 30.
like, come on, young thing, let me show you something. Like that.
Really uncly. That's really too uncly for me, and I don't want
Okay.
any parts
You
of
don't
it.
want anybody in a Dickies one piece suit.
No,
Okay.
no.
Noted. Um,
Mm-mm.
but I feel like I don't know. Like I met Dennis Quaid. Fun fact. When we were shopping for the wedding, and this is when I was having all those back problems. I literally was like bedbound for 2 days. I was like, damn, they're gonna roll me down the
Mhm.
aisle. We were
Okay.
downtown shopping, and first I noticed a a dog walking around, and I was like, "Is he with this guy?" Because it wasn't even on like it was on a leash, but the leash was on the floor. And
Mm-hmm.
then Manny was like, "Oh, I think that's Dennis Quaid." And I was like, that would make sense why he's just feeling like he can do what the fuck he wants. And it
Mm-hmm.
was him, and he was with his wife, and then they ended up being in another store with us, and I think I like hit him with the revolving door and almost like hit his dog or something. But I was like, "Hey, are you Dennis Quaid?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's me." And let me get the age difference on him and his wife. Um, let's see. I mean, he was cool. He
Dennis
is
Quaid,
67.
and she is
Let's see here.
26.
She. Where's the fucking age on here? They love telling somebody's age when they're old, but they don't want to tell you their age when they're young. Okay, let me just type in age. She's 26.
Told you.
Oh, did you know that for a fact?
It just came to me.
So
That's
that's
too
that's a
much.
little
That's
bit of
a
a
bit much. That's 40 years. Like, girl,
yeah.
you don't
That
like that man for real.
like he has kids that are I'm sure her age, but I will say she has a PhD. So I won't say that she's necessarily just with him for the
I
money.
got a doctorate, so what that mean?
In what? Theology?
In sarcasm and bad bitch. So,
um, are you meaning to just show me your midsection on this camera?
no, sorry, because I'm trying to get my makeup stuff
So last
for.
week you ain't had no pants on. Now you're showing me that. What is really going on in here? What the hell goes on at night in this house?
Don't put my business all out in the street. You're my
I
business.
mean,
Don't do
damn.
that.
Good thing this is just a podcast. It'd have to
You're
be
my business.
so good
You're
we
my
named it After Dark.
Tell everybody I got my bonnet on too, and I look very regal.
A regal black woman and a skinny, scuzzy white boy. Look at my pill case I got. I also ordered this on Amazon. I thought
That's
it
so
was a lot
cute.
bigger. I don't know why I thought it was like this
Let me
big.
see the inside. Does it have like separated for
It
days?
does. Well, it doesn't say days,
Let me
but it
see. Let's
has
see.
a mirror.
That's so
Because I
cute.
always forget if I took my pills. Because I'll get the bottle and I'll start talking. And I'm like, damn, did I
Did
take
I
this
see?
already? So apparently I'm elderly now.
Uh-huh.
But I just been ordering hella shit. Like every time I get high, I'm on Amazon. Like, ooh, I'll take that. And I've been getting all these boxes that I literally don't know what it is until I open
Don't
it.
have no idea. I'm
I'm
surprised
like, what
every
the
time. It's
hell did
like
I order? I
it's
got this
Christmas every
bomb
day.
ass back massager. Ooh, that shit was good as fuck. I'm gonna have to send you a link. But anyway, um, what are we talking about? Oh yes, Dennis Quaid
Dennis
and
Quaid.
his wife. Yeah, that is an age gap. I don't think I would like that, but he was interviewed saying like he has more in common with her than he has with anybody, and they just
What
really
the hell he
clicked.
got in common with that young ass
I
girl
think
that he
they
sleep
have like similar like beliefs as far as like their faith and stuff like that. So, I mean, if
She
you
gonna say whatever you want her to
if you
say.
like it,
Period.
I love it.
Man, good luck.
If I ever got married again, it would probably be to somebody old and wealthy. So, I ain't mad
Same.
at it.
They ain't that. They ain't gonna be old, but they're older than me, and they all right.
Mm.
Mm.
Well, as Trudy would say, I like them. Would she say rich and barely breathing or something?
Anna Nicole Smith shit.
Yeah. What can I say? I put three in the ground. She held up her fingers weird. She didn't just say three. It was
Mm.
like, now I gotta look that clip up.
Three.
Loaded, barely breathing. Let me see how close I am to that. Trudy, Golden Girls. We're just veering off everybody, but y'all like it.
That's okay. This is what y'all came for. We're here for you.
This is
We're
what
just
it's
trying to make
made
it
for.
different. That's Usher. Shout out Usher Raymond if you want to come on the show. Get
But
some
they
content.
always, like, people always
Dear
posting on Instagram and stuff that they're listening and tweeting that they're listening. Where y'all listening? Because I go look at the analytics and it's
Get the
like
analytics, baby.
two plays. So I'm like, well, did y'all all listen together? Was it a listening party?
They had a listening
Um,
party. Don't let them be great. Let them be great.
but I'm glad I got on Instagram because I had gotten off because I really, don't fuck with it like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, with the metaverse and shit. But since I've gotten on there, I get so many people responding.
Yeah, Instagram be showing love. Shout
Let
out
me
Instagram.
let me turn the clip up.
Turn me up.
But
Turn me
what
up.
can I
Turn me
tell you?
up.
I like them old, rich, and barely breathing.
I was close. Oh, rich and barely breathing. You're so rich that you got to share a house with 3 strangers at the last minute.
Right.
Mm.
You the rest of the house. Do you mind if
Now I gotta see how she holds her fingers up, because that always bothers me.
Lucky
Was
bride.
that the lady from Halloween Town?
Yes, Debbie Reynolds.
Yeah, I love Debbie
R.I.P.
Reynolds.
Debbie Reynolds. She died of a broken
her.
heart. She died the day after her daughter died. Her daughter
Damn.
was Princess Leia, Carrie Fisher.
Mm-hmm. Damn, I love Debbie Reynolds.
And she was also Grace's mom on Will and Grace, another iconic role.
Iconic.
I want to see how many fingers she holds up. I've had so many things that I wanted to add to from last time. We were talking about stuff from the show that we say, and now I can't remember. Oh, I know one thing I'll say. If somebody has like a bad reaction to something going on, I'll be like, what's wrong? Trick move from your checkers by mail partner? Which, of course, gets no response.
They gotta keep up.
Come on.
Which one of these are bigger? I feel like this one is. They're like the same.
Are you looking at Blanche's boobs? Oh, no, not Blanche. What was her name? Trudy.
Trudy.
I think the left one came out nice.
But do you know one side of your body is bigger than the other? That's why like one foot is typically bigger than the other foot. And one breast is bigger than the other breast naturally.
I'll have to look into that.
It's true. So it's a well-known fact. Like one of your feet is bigger than your other foot. Maybe not significantly, but it is still bigger.
Is that a thing?
It's a scientific fact. I said that like twice.
I gotta look it up. Look at her. Look at her when she's like, "Oh, I put
Yes,
four
I love her.
4 in the ground." Why is she holding her fingers up like that?
She doing 2 and 2?
Who does all of that? And she looks confused, like, "Oh, I think I put this many up." Like, you couldn't just do 4?
Nope, 2 and 2.
Was that an artistic decision? She was looking sickening though. Snatched as fuck. Got her little cheetah print on. That little yellow jacket. Can we pull? Let me go back to when she first came in.
Come on here.
I lived.
I love her. She was beautiful.
Yes, get into it.
Yes.
I'm gonna be her for Halloween.
Waist to wear.
But back to Golden Palace. Sidebar once again. No wonder we can't get through no fucking episodes. They had the little lost and found tax thing that Oliver was doing. I loved Oliver with Sophia. That was the only time I liked him. They were a good duo.
Because any other time, I'm like, why is this kid here? These are
hey Roland, what's up? Can I get some money? I want to go to the movies. I'm like, why are you talking like Rocky Balboa? What is this? Ugh. Hated it. Again, Billy L. Sullivan, if you're listening, feel free to come on the show. See you at Golden Con. What if he ends up being there? Because they keep announcing people, and they're going to be like, oh, Billy L. Sullivan is going to be like, yeah, I heard you talking shit.
Dragging me.
No,
we said what we said, sir. No
would
take
never.
backs.
They have some, Rue McClanahan's real sister is going to be there. And I saw it announced, and they talked about it multiple times. And every time I saw it, I was like, wow, Charmaine sure does look different. Or as Blanche would say, boy, you really changed. And I'm like, why does she look so different? And then I eventually, because I have the email updates, I saw it again. I was like, oh, this is her actual sister. This is not fucking Charmaine. I don't know why I kept thinking that.
Actually, Rue McClanahan, not Blanche Devereaux.
I know, I guess the doctor is right. I do need both pills a day. So, also, they were going to end their friendship. Oh, we're back to the Golden Palace episode, by the way. Mm-hmm. They were going to end their friendship. She's like, oh, well, we can be business partners, but we're no longer friends. Okay, so you work together and live together. But you're not going to be friends. Like, for them to be so old and have known each other for so long, they are always so quick to end their entire friendship over some bullshit. Like, really? Was that what we're doing?
I'll end an entire friendship over some real shit.
I mean, it's not like Blanche skipped her wedding to stay home and eat Dunkaroos. So, I mean, but let me not go there.
Oh man, I know the listeners are probably like, "What happened here?" It's a complete and total inside situation. Wow. I digress. Back to you guys in the studio. Backseat.
But I just think this whole episode was some fucking bullshit.
It was.
Like, what was the point? What was the point of them doing that to Miles? All the other shit they had him do, he's moving to Chicago to be Amish and all that, but now he has to be a cheater. They couldn't do that shit again with the Nicholas Carbone and Samuel
like they
Plankmaker.
find a better way to remove him from the show. Like maybe he got a job offer somewhere.
Right.
Go
like, why you gotta make him out to be a jackass?
You know what I mean?
Which I feel like they destroyed a lot of shit. Like with Stan, which we'll see. Like, damn, just do some new shit. You ain't gotta fuck up old shit.
Stan.
I mean,
he's a big botchagaloop.
He has a purpose.
Which is to annoy Dorothy, and Dorothy is no longer present. So what is his purpose now?
Nothing necessarily, but they didn't have to do him like they did him. But I just feel like Miss Juicy, can you come up with something else? Can you come up with something else? Because, I don't know, they should have had me in the writer's room.
Period.
Speaking of which, Stan Zimmerman, I think I mentioned this before, follow me on Twitter and now Instagram, and he was a writer on the show. Like, that's fucking crazy. Like, to see him, like a post of mine or something. Like, oh my God.
You should reach out to him and ask him if he want to be on the show.
That would be great to do. Let me do that. Hey, Stan. New Stan. Are you still there? Are you still there?
New Stan.
I don't know why I'm asking him, are you still there, as if he is here right now. And I paused. I was waiting for a response. One of these days we're going to record, and I'm not high, I'm not tired, I'm fully alert. I don't think I've ever been fully alert for any of these.
Really?
We do them so late, and I'm so tired.
I was going to say we did one during the day, but we didn't. That was the actual other one with our guest.
But then you were tired and
I was
going through
exhausted. I was exhausted. But
Narcolepsy.
I held on.
Hopefully after I'm done with training people, I can get it together. But I don't think anybody notices. Like, even today in training, I felt like I was super tired, and they were like, wow, we love your energy. I'm like, okay, sure.
What? Now who up in there sending you off?
I'm energetic when I'm training. I'm not my usual dull self. I like to jazz it up for them so that they can really feel like I'm into it. And we played this game that I made. See?
Let me see. You got a little art project.
Yeah, science fair project. And you're on here. You're on the little...
Look at me.
The little shit.
I remember that day. That was a fun day at work. I missed the office.
Chops to all of the people in the picture. But that's why I'm tired, guys. If you can't see it, but I have like a science fair project board, and I decorated it, and we did trivia questions because I felt like it'd be easier for them to learn. And they were saying I should be a teacher. I should, so I can get my students deported. But but yeah,
it was a joke. We didn't mean that.
Yeah, I would never do Mario like that.
Never.
I would have kept that shit to myself. Like, oh, you ain't assistant? All right, then you got shit to do with me.
Right, now I want to know, why did she feel like she had to tell that?
Right. There you go. Dorothy was being a Karen on that one, I'm going to have to say.
Yeah, because that wasn't, mind your business.
Well, as Enough Wickers pointed out, a lot of them, maybe because they're baby boomers, do have this, like, all-American attitude, like, we must do what's best for our country. America's the greatest.
Okay, and it is, but mind your business.
It's okay.
That ain't none of your concern.
Yeah.
That little boy was just trying to learn how to spell and not put 2 R's in February.
Right.
And you up in his business.
So I just feel like for me, I got enough of my own business. If it ain't bothering me, if it's not hurting nobody else, do you, boo. Please. You. If I'm in the store and I see you stealing some shit, the fuck that got to do with me? Right, be like, can you get me something? Or I'll tell on you.
Okay.
There was this lady in the store, and she was walking around, and then a frozen like turkey or chicken fell from up under her dress because she had it like between her thighs. And then she was like, who threw that chicken at me? Who was that? That's a good save. But anyway. Oh, shit. But yeah. My final thoughts on that episode, they didn't have to do that to Miles and ruin his legacy. And this is the only long-term relationship throughout the show. And it just undoes all of it. And they didn't have to do Rose like that, even though she seemed to get over it. It was done. I think they also wanted to have the fun of her dating again because they didn't have Dorothy. Sophia's never really dated a lot. So they wanted to try to, have them to be able to fight over the same person, which we'll see, which is fine. Like, if they had to break up, fine. But did they have to have him be a fucking cheater?
Right.
Not necessary at all. Don't appreciate it. 1 star. Do not recommend. I mean, it was a funny episode. I just hate they did her like that. But any final thoughts on that?
I just, I echo what you were saying,
Mm.
and yeah.
But yeah, we are going to try to do better with uploading on a regular basis, especially because we're going to be at Golden Con in Chicago at Navy Pier, April 22nd through 24th. Get your tickets now at thankyouforbeingafan.com. But at this point, this is who we are, but
Yeah.
we do want to have some more consistency for sure.
Mhm.
And we definitely want to get some co-hosts out there, so people can kind of get in the mix. And I'm going to read out a few names, some people that have hit me up. I don't want to speak out of turn, but I do believe, I don't want to put you out there, maybe you didn't say that, maybe I made it up, but I feel like Matt Browning said that he would like to, and if you didn't say that, then scratch it from the record. But I feel like you said it. And I know, I feel like H. Allen Scott had I think he said we could be on his show. And again, I might be making this up.
That's fine.
But I feel like you said that. So I'm just going to say that publicly now, and you'll have to do it. And
manifest that thing.
And some people that reached out, Michelle says she would like to, not the Michelle we know. Michelle on Twitter says she'd love to co-host. And somebody else, Quirky Pop. She has a podcast as well. quirkypodcast.com. This is not an official endorsement because I have not listened to it, so I don't want to say, hey, I endorse this, and then it might be something I don't know what it is, but I don't think it's anything bad, so go ahead and check that out and let me know.
Can you go live on Twitter? Maybe we could. I don't think you can go live on Twitter, but
I think you
can.
I think you can. I would love to do a live show and invite
go live
people
one
in.
day and bring people on.
Let me see. Do I have that option on this account? Because on my old one I did. But I don't know about this one. Or on Instagram, we can go live, I'm sure. Somewhere. TikTok, hell.
Yeah. Instagram, you could go live. TikTok, too, you can go live and invite people to your TikTok.
Yeah, I think, TikTok. So we're going to do that.
that.
Was there anybody else? I feel like there were a couple people. But, you're all welcome. I don't know if we're going to do like a whole, submit something or whatever, because I'm not trying to do all this downloading and editing. But I think a live would be better. That way multiple people can come in there. So let's do that.
If you're talking crazy, we could just end there live.
Just call me at 555-EASY. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to start plugging my shit. Go ahead, subscribe, period. Barrett TV since 2007. That's BARRETT TV. And then I'm on TikTok, Barrett.TV. Get into it. And keep in mind that the views and opinions expressed on these platforms are not those of Golden Con and its subsidiaries. I ain't trying to miss my bag because I said something outrageous. But also follow us on Twitter, So Good We Named It, and Instagram. Kay, I'm sure you'd like to plug a few things. Plug it.
Thanks. Follow me on Twitter at K's Keys Shy and on Instagram at K's Keys Shy. Also, I am on TikTok. Don't know what my handle is. So sorry. But yeah.
And don't you have a podcast too?
Oh yeah, my podcast K's Keys. You could look that up on Apple Podcasts as well as Anchor.
Okay. And I think I want us to have some official looking shit, because I just threw something together because I didn't think anybody was going to be listening to us. So I was like, well, this will be for us. But I want to get a nice banner or something. I'm going to look on Fiverr. That's what Pam says to do. But if anybody does art or whatever, hit us up, and we would love some cover art or something, because I did this on Pick Stitch or something. And just send us some stuff. We would love it. And I also want to know, do y'all want to buy some stuff? Because they said we can have a booth, and I'll have a booth if you want to buy something. But I'm going to be salty as hell if I'm sitting there and nobody's coming by. Because then I'm just going to start going out into the crowd hey, you not going to buy this? But, let me know. And we can definitely do something. I have a friend that does masks, and I was like, hey, maybe we can make some masks. Although Chicago's lifting their mask mandate. Yikes. I'm probably still going to wear mine. But, just let us know. We're here to, make this a great experience for those involved. So definitely let us know. And I'm excited. People keep tweeting me and messaging me oh, I'm going to be at Golden Con. You going to be there? And someone, his name is Dan. And if I'm not mistaken, don't hold me. I might be misquoting, but I feel like, here it is. So he was B. Arthur's assistant for 6 years, and he was messaging me saying that he's gonna be there. Like all these people that are so close to the girls, it's like the girls are in my life now, basically. I already met Rue McClanahan, and this is like me almost meeting Dorothy. So, looking at this picture of him with her, this reminds me of when I was in high school, when I was like my peak Golden Girls love, because she
Yeah.
was doing her one woman show, and she was doing like the TV Land Awards, the Golden Girls reunion, like 2005 or whatever. And I felt like this was a look that I saw a lot of hers, like the long draping black stuff, and this just takes me back to that time when I was really like amping it up with my Golden Girls shit. I remember being in the computer lab, and they were teaching us how to use what the fuck is that shit called? Where you make slideshows and shit. Is it PowerPoint?
PowerPoint.
Yeah, I ain't made one so long, do you remember? They were showing us how to use PowerPoint, and mine was all pictures of B. Arthur. And it was just using different effects with pictures of her from her one woman show. So that took me back. But that's exciting. How do you get to do that? I would love to be a personal assistant. Maybe not. Maybe
Right,
I
'cause
should,
what?
because if it was somebody I really, really liked, but it depends on the celebrity, because I know some celebrities, like, I need, pick all the blue M&Ms out of this bowl of M&Ms. Like, I don't have time for that. But other stuff, yes. So any celebrity that's listening, Jennifer Lewis maybe, Loretta Devine. I like y'all. Jack
I
A.
like Loretta Devine. Jack A. Harris. I like her too.
I would be down for either of them, if you wanted me to be your personal assistant. But at this point, I think it's time we move on because we've